to Iran with crippling sanctions, indict Ahmadinejad for violating the Geneva or the Genocide Convention, put in place the kind of crippling sanctions that stop their economy. I know it's going to make gasoline more expensive. There's no price which is worth an Iranian nuclear weapon. And the right course for Israel is to show that we care about Israel, that they are our friend, we'll stick with them. If we put in place the kind of crippling sanctions that stop their economy, I know it's going to make gasoline more expensive. There's no price which is worth I know it's going to make gasoline more expensive. I know it's going to make gasoline more expensive. I know it's going to make gasoline more expensive.
But I find more troubling than this, that on the day following the assassination of the United States ambassador, the president, the day after that happened, flies to Las Vegas for political fundraising.
The day after the attack, Governor, I stood in the Rose Garden and I told the American people and the world that we were going to find out exactly what happened. Yesterday, 4 of these extraordinary Americans were killed in an attack on our diplomatic post in Benghazi. The United States condemns in the strongest terms this outrageous and shocking attack, that this was an act of terror, and I also said that we're going to hunt down those who committed this crime. No acts of terror will ever shake the resolve of this great nation, and make no mistake, justice will be done.
It's interesting, the president just said something which is that on the day after the attack, he went to the Rose Garden and said that this was an act of terror. You said in the Rose Garden, the day after the attack, it was an act of terror.
No acts of terror will ever shake the resolve of this great nation.
Want to make sure we get that for the record, because it took the president 14 days before he called the attack in Benghazi an act of terror.
Get the transcript.
He did, in fact, sir. So let me call it an act of terror.
Can you say that a little louder, Candy?
He did call it an act of terror.
But you're paying more. When the president took office, the price of gasoline here in Nassau County was about $1.86 a gallon. Now it's $4 a gallon.
Put in place the kind of crippling sanctions that stop their economy. I know it's going to make gasoline more expensive. There's no it's going to make gasoline more expensive. I know it's going to make gasoline more expensive.
I want to still get a lot of people in. I want to ask you something, Mr. President, and then have the governor just quickly. Your Secretary of State, as I'm sure you know, has said that she takes full responsibility for the attack on the diplomatic mission in Benghazi. Does the buck stop with your Secretary of State as far as what went on here?
Secretary Clinton has done an extraordinary job, but she works for me. I'm the president, and I'm always responsible. And that's why nobody's more interested in finding out exactly what happened than I did. The day after the attack, Governor, I stood in the Rose Garden and I told the American people and the world that we were going to find out exactly what happened, that this was an act of terror, and I also said that we're going to hunt down those who committed this crime. And then a few days later, I was there greeting the caskets coming into Andrews Air Force Base and grieving with the families. And the suggestion that anybody in my team, whether the Secretary of State, our UN ambassador, anybody on my team would play politics or mislead when we've lost 4 of our own, Governor, is offensive. That's not what we do. That's not what I do as president. That's not what I do as commander-in-chief.
Governor, if you want to reply just quickly to this, please.
thank you. May God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America.